Hello and welcome to another episode. We are your hosts. I'm Christina Calhoun.
And hello, we are your host. I'm Sean, and this is my wife,
Christina.
Calhoun. And today we're going to be talking about, as a new agent, what comes next. We've already given you a few things to do, but what comes next? Well, it's working with buyers and sellers. You've made it. So let's get right into it.
But if you want to get in contact with us, you can reach out to us here on YouTube or Facebook. We're at Sean Christina Calhoun on Facebook. On YouTube, we're Pretty Home Realty. We also have a training website, prettyhomeacademy.com.
All right. So with that plug, let's continue. All right. So again, this is really meant to help primarily new real estate agents or aspiring real estate agents. However, if you are looking to buy a home or sell a home, this will probably help you too, because this is what is going to happen. And we're talking about the transaction. Like, what does that mean? Like, that's such a boring word, right? The transaction. Like, I don't want a transaction. I want to find a home. But if you are an agent, that means a lot. That's talking about the process. Okay, the process, consistency. Okay, so what is it? Well, first of all, I want you to make sure that you've done a few things first, right? You have to prepare for success. So if you haven't already, please go to YouTube and watch the New Agent 101, what you need to be doing. Please watch that. There's some very important things that you need to know, okay? Uh, Before you do that. But if you're right here already, awesome. Welcome. You've already made it to the next one, okay? And this is probably, I think, the third in this series. All right. So there are two that you should probably go back and watch. And we'll try to put a little playlist for you. But now that you've already learned how to um, do searches in the MLS, you've learned the documents, what they say, how to fill out the contracts, you've learned some of those things that are pretty important. You're almost ready to start working with buyers and sellers. The next thing you're going to need to know right now is the process, and then you're going to need to learn what to say. So that'll be coming up in the future. But let's learn about the process of what to do first, okay? So let's talk about working with buyers first and foremost. The first thing you're going to want to do when you're working with a buyer is you're going to want to have a consultation. That's the first thing, a consultation. And you might wonder, okay, I don't know exactly what a consultation is. Well, just imagine if you go to the doctor, right? When you go to the doctor, you don't just walk in and they give you a pill, or you don't even just write down what's wrong with you and they give you a prescription. You have multiple consultations with different ones along the line. Maybe when you sign in, they get a little information. Maybe when you talk to the nurse, they get a little information. And then you talk to the doctor and they get a little information. And then they may even have to do something further, take an x ray or whatever. They gather all this information, consult, right? And then they give you a prescription. So you want to find out, you want to have that consultation, if at all possible, with that buyer. It might be just over the phone, it might be some text messages. It just kind of depends on where they come from. But you want to consult, you want to find out what is going on with them. Okay. During that consultation, because it's real estate, part of what you're going to do is set them up for success, right? Help them get qualified. Make sure that they're pre qualified to buy if they're not financing with cash. Okay. Get them pre qualified. So once they're pre qualified and you have that piece of paper in hand, guess what? You know what you're ready to do? Go shopping, right? Show some homes. So that's the next thing you're going to want to do. Show houses. Okay. Okay. So what's next? You show homes. You're going to want to put in an offer. Remember all that paperwork that you had to learn exactly how to fill in those contracts, what every line meant? The reason why you needed to know all of that stuff, and again, if you don't know, go back and watch the other video, is because now you're going to be explaining this to the customer. So you need to really thoroughly know this inside and out in order to be able to do this with confidence and integrity. So you got that down pat, you write the offer. All right. Now you're going to either have your offer accepted, rejected, or they're going to ask you here, come back with highest and best. Right. So you may have to do that. So you'll take that step. Congratulations. You got your offer accepted. Woohoo! What's next? Likely the next step is going to be a home inspection. Let me clarify that. A private home inspection. This is an inspection from your buyer. They're going to hire someone, a private inspector, to inspect the property. Okay, so now you get the home inspected to see what's going on with it. Now, you got the inspection report back. It's probably going to be good, maybe it's bad. Whatever the case is, if it's good, you're going to move forward. If it's bad, you're going to reject the home or have to negotiate, right? That's what you got to do. So what's the next step? Let's say we're moving forward. Gets negotiated or it was just great. The next step is now, guess what? We are really in escrow. Now, escrow technically started when you got the offer accepted, but now we actually are moving forward, okay, with the process. So now this home is going to go to the mortgage company. It's going to go to the title company. And these different companies are going to be doing different processes. So this is, again, escrow. The title company, they're going to be checking that title to make sure whoever says they're selling it really owns it, first and foremost. And then secondly, they have to prepare paperwork to actually transfer it to the new owner. Now, if there's a mortgage on it, they have to check that. If there's any liens on it, there's the title company has to go through their due diligence, and then they're going to issue insurance on that property. They're going to ensure that this title is warranted. This is a warranty deed. So that's what they do. Okay, what about the mortgage? The mortgage company is going to work too. They're verifying that our buyer really is qualified to buy. Now, I thought they had a pre-approval. It was a pre-approval, maybe even almost a approval. But not only does the the buyer have to be approved, but the home has to be approved too. So they're going to send an appraiser out, and that appraiser is going to take the values that us real estate agents have put into the MLS. They're going to take all those values that we've put into it, that data, and they're going to compare that, and they're going to give their opinion of what the value of that house is. So they're going to give that opinion because the bank wants to know that they're making a good investment. So the appraisal process, you have that process going on as well. You get past that appraisal process, now you go deeper into underwriting. And that's going to be a lot of different processes. I can't get into all of them right now, but let's just say they're going to make sure that the person, the buyer, makes the money that they say they make. They have the money in the bank that they say they have to source it. Everything's good. And guess what? Now you get to the closing. Okay, so the closing is that signing of all the documents, agreeing by all parties to sell this property. Done deal. Everybody wins. The seller has gotten what they want to sell their home. The buyer's gotten what they want, a new home for them. And you got something too. You just got paid for your hard work. Thanks for coming and working at Pretty Home Realty. So that's the process. So So you really need to know that process, study every piece along the way. And that's just a normal process if there's a mortgage. That's with no hiccups and everything going perfect. But now, what else should an agent know? What's the other process we talked about?
They also need to know how to work with a seller. And the reason why it's good to be familiar with these processes is because you need to educate your clients. They don't know what the processes are. You have to help them so that they can anticipate what to expect next. And you're the one that's guiding them through the process. So it's even more important for you to know and anticipate what's coming next. So with sellers, you're going to have a consultation. It's very similar, just like the process when you're working with buyers. You're going to have a consultation with them. It can be over the phone, in person, on Zoom,
At Starbucks.
at Starbucks, one that's open. And then after the consultation, you're going to do some homework because the consultation is where you're asking those questions. You're kind of interviewing them to see what their goals are. What's their timeline? Are they going to need occupancy after closing? Are they buying another house? Did they already buy another house? So they're going to be moving everything out. All these things play a role. So you really have to find out what their goal is and then find out how you can help them reach that goal. So then you're going to have a listing appointment after this. You're going to run comps to see what's sold in the area so that you can price it correctly.
Now, what does that mean, comp? That's an industry term.
So you're going to look at the comparable homes to the one that they're selling as close as you can get based on square footage, updates, location. And then you're going to print them out so that they can get an idea of how to price the home. Because if you price it too high, you're not going to get offers and you're going to have to do price reductions, right? So you really do want to get the price right.
Devalue the home.
Yeah, nobody wants their property devalued, right? So then you're going to have showings. Once all the paperwork is signed, you're going to set up showings, maybe even an open house. And then hopefully you're going to get offers, maybe even multiple offers. So you're going to have to talk them through the process. You got to present those offers. And if you get a bunch, like we've been seeing, 12 to 20 offers on one house, you're going to have to be giving them a lot of direction about the differences between the several different offers. So after that, once they find one that meets their needs and they accept it, then the inspection period generally comes next. And then if it's not a cash purchase, the appraisal will come next. And you're also going to send the accepted offer to the title company so that they can start doing that research, making sure that there's no liens on the property. And if there are, they can clear that up with enough time ahead of closing to work on those, getting those cleared up. So you're in escrow and the appraisal comes back. Hopefully we're priced right, or else there's an appraisal gap guarantee or something like that. Otherwise, you might have to renegotiate. Anticipate those things. And then, hey, you get to the closing table. So you get paid.
That's right. That's right. And if you work at Pretty Home Realty, you get paid quick as soon as that check clears, which is awesome. So you really need to know those processes. Now, we talked about a lot of things in between that. We talked about the different steps. So if you want to understand those different steps, check out our videos on Pretty Home Academy. PrettyHomeAcademy.com. We have the different videos showing the different steps.
And really, this was like a general overview. If you really want a detailed business plan, you can attend our real estate workshop, Pathway to Paychecks. We go into depth about working with buyers, working with sellers, and listing presentations, all that.
Yeah, that's right. So if you go to Pretty Home Academy, you'll see a workshop page. You can click there to see when our next workshop is coming up. And yeah, you can join and get that, all of that information, all of those details. Well, if you like this, please give us a big thumbs up. Let us know that you care. Comment, let us know. And if you have any other questions, let us know as well. We want to deliver the most value for you. All right. So listen. Let's get it. Stay motivated. Come on, real estate agents. We can do this.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.